You belong on every ground your feet grace, so don't ever feel out of place. Take up space and belong. This earth is your birthplace. So episode 8 of Too Hot to Handle, it picks up where episode 7 leaves off with Damari asking Bree if she kissed, or asking Bree what happened on the date. And of course, it kind of drug it or whatever, but she didn't kiss the dude, which I'm happy about, because if she kissed him, she would have pissed me off. I'm happy she didn't though. And I'm happy that she told Damari everything that happened on the date. So then it goes to Catherine and Charlie, and they're talking about what happened on his date. And he's kind of giving her a rundown of certain things that he tell her. He didn't kiss the girl, they didn't do nothing. And he leaves out the fact that they had a massage. And I really and truly feel like there was nothing terrible about the massage, because that's what the date was set up for y'all to have. Bree and Jalen did the same thing. I didn't think that it was a big deal, but the fact that he kept it from her is what made it a big deal. And I don't understand why Charlie do that. Every time he does something, he will tell the girl that he do it with, please don't tell. It kind of seems like he gets a rush out of lying. Like he's a habitual liar for no reason. Like, you don't even got no reason to lie about that. That wasn't a big deal. You could have been like, we gave each other massages because that's what the date was. It was set up for that. But I didn't kiss her and nothing else happened. And he would have been fine. But the fact that he lied about it is what's crazy to me. But they're talking, and Catherine is happy that he didn't do anything. But they didn't get the green light, and she's kind of like, okay, why we didn't get a green light? Like, you're telling me everything that happened, right? And he like, yeah, I told you everything. And she like, kind of like brushes it off and is like, okay, well, I'm glad you didn't kiss her or whatever. And it just goes on. So the two bombshells has I think 12 more hours left of their past or whatever. So now they're trying to find somebody else to use it with, because Bree and Charlie didn't use it. So the girl, what's her name? Sabrina, um she kind of like is, both of them are trying to figure out who, trying to find the next target. And Sabrina's eyes lands on Chris, and Jalen's eyes land on Flavia, but Flavia is with Joao. So he ends up kissing Lucy, and then he gets in the bed with Gianna. Sabrina gets in the bed with Chris, and they do end up like kissing or whatever. And I'm happy that Chris finally has a girl that is interested in him and somebody that he can pursue a connection with, because he's been trying. Um, so they go to bed, and the next morning, everybody is doing what they always do, taking stock, seeing what happened that night or whatever. And they notice that Lana is back and Bad Lana is gone, and they're asking, how everybody night was. Everybody saying their night was good. They're getting ready for the day, and they asked Gianna if like things like were happening between her and Chris. And she pretty much was saying he comes off as a, not Chris, Jalen. He comes off as a player, and she doesn't like it. Um, and then Flavia is like, she likes bad boys like Jalen, and Jalen is interested in her. And she's in her confessional saying how she likes bad boys and she doesn't know why or whatever. Um and so the day goes on. Catherine is sitting with I think she's sitting with Flavia, I think, and the, what's her, Valentina. And she's wondering why her and Charlie didn't get a green light. Also, what I forgot to mention was Sabrina had told the girls that um Charlie and her did have a massage, and that Charlie told her please not to tell um Catherine about it. So Catherine is talking to the girls, and she's wondering why didn't get a green flag, and Valentina is telling her that she should talk to Sabrina. She was like, "Cause Sabrina did tell us some stuff last night, and you should talk to her, or whatever." And Catherine was like, "Okay, cool. I'm about to go talk to her right now." So while she was talking to the girls, Charlie was talking to Bree and Damari, and he was telling them that he didn't tell Catherine that him and Sabrina massaged each other or whatever, and they're telling him like, why wouldn't you tell her like that? Like it wasn't a big deal. Why would you keep that a secret? Why would you lie? And you need to go tell her now. So on his way to go tell her, he sees her talking to Sabrina. So now he knows he's too late. So he goes to Chris and I think Joe. He starts telling them about the fact that he didn't tell Catherine what happened between him and Sabrina, whatever, whatever, while Catherine is talking to Sabrina. And at first, Sabrina doesn't want to tell Catherine what happened or whatever because uh, she promised Charlie that she wouldn't say anything, but then she ends up telling her that he gave her a massage and he told her, please don't tell Catherine, like please don't tell her. And Catherine is caught off guard and she like, why would he lie about that or whatever? And she was saying that she was glad that she talked to Sabrina or whatever because she would have been wondering. Um, she's been wondering why they didn't get the green light, and she like, well, that's why we didn't get the green light because he lied to me or whatever. And she like, okay, cool, but Sabrina told her not to say anything. So while in the house she doesn't really say anything, but she's acting different toward Charlie. Then it goes to Valentina and Flavia in the pool, and Jalen swims up and starts talking to Valentina, telling her that he's interested in her, like she's his number one, she's who he would normally go for, and if he thought that there was a chance that she would date him, that he would go for her. And Valentina is basically telling her, Joao is a nice guy. He treats you well. You shouldn't mess it up, and he would not like this. And she like, I know, but when Jalen tells her that he likes her and she's his like number one, she's like dancing and like happy or whatever. She's flirting with him, and Valentina is like, girl, I already told you. So if you do that, then you on your own with that, because I already told you not to go there or whatever. But of course, she doesn't listen because she likes bad boys. So then they go and they get dressed for this like Candyland party theme or whatever. And Catherine and Charlie are in the same like I guess dressing room, whatever, getting ready. And he asks her if she likes his outfit, and she doesn't say anything to him. So he walks out. They go to the party. They're having fun, whatever. Jalen pulls Flavia to the side to talk to her about a potential connection or whatever. And she tells him that he has her head torn, and like he probably turned her head like because she's back and forth about should she explore a connection with him or should she just stay with Joao or whatever. He tells her that he wants to get to know her and he wants them to get closer. He feels like she can show him a good and bad side, and he don't feel like Joao could do the same thing. And then he tells her he wants them to get closer, and he was like, I mean physically or whatever. I mean like now, like physically, but she wasn't picking up what he was putting down. So the conversation ended, and she went back to Joao. Joao saw when they walked off, and he said it was disrespectful because she should have gave him a heads up or something like that. But he tried to ignore it. So Charlie notices that Catherine is ignoring him, so he pulls her to the side to have a conversation, and he tells her about the massage or whatever. And he was like, I know Sabrina beat me to it, but I did give her a massage. And, I told her not to say nothing or whatever. And I know I was wrong for keeping it from you. I know I was wrong for lying to you or whatever. And she basically told him, I don't want to be with a liar. I don't want to date a liar. And she just walks off and leaves him standing there looking stupid. And that's what he get, because what happened between him and that girl was not a big deal. It kind of seems like Charlie really likes drama. It's either that or he's a habitual liar and he doesn't even know how to stop himself from lying. Every time he does something with one of those girls, even if it's not something that could cause a breakup or a blow up, he'll tell them, don't tell nobody. Don't tell Catherine. Don't tell whoever he's with. And it's weird to me because sometimes he ain't even really doing nothing serious. He is just um he is just keeping it from him, and that's what make it bad. Like, I don't know, but he walks away feeling defeated for what he did to Bree. I mean, to Catherine or whatever, and her telling him that she told him that, oh, she also told him that she didn't want to sleep with him. um she told him that she didn't want to sleep with him, so she slept alone. They all got ready for bed. Catherine slept alone. Charlie slept alone. And he feel like, he messed up. Like, dang, I hope I didn't mess up for good. But he feels like he messed up. So they wake up the next morning. And Flavia is saying, and oh yeah, Joel catches Flavia giving googly eyes to Jalen, the new boy or whatever, and he feels some type of way because it's like she's doing this in my face. This is before they go to sleep. They go to sleep, they wake up. Everybody is kind of like um everybody is kind of like, not everybody, but some of them are kind of like in their heads about what happened the night before. Catherine thinking about Charlie lying. Charlie thinking about may possibly messing up his chances with Catherine, and hoping that she forgives him, and she pretty much like keeps her distance from him throughout the earlier part of the day. And then you have Flavia, who is feeling Jalen. Like, she says she feels like anytime she's in a situation with a guy who's a good guy, she always kind of has like that itch to go and see what's out there, like see if the grass is greener on the other side. And Lana calls all the girls to this exercise with one of the relationship coaches because she realizes that some of them needs help expressing themselves. So the exercise was for them to get in an ice bath, and he basically was challenging them to get in an ice bath and stay in it because he know that they needed help dealing with uncomfortable situations. So at first Flavia is all of the girls are struggling at first, but mostly Flavia. She doesn't like it. She doesn't want to get in it. And he's telling her, you need to get in it. You need to face your discomfort. You need to face what's going on because it's going to help you in your relationship or whatever. So finally she gets in it. I was proud of Bree for holding it together and staying in there, and also Gianna and Lucy and the other girls. And Catherine and Flavia finally came around, and they immersed themselves in the ice bath, and they all stayed in there. They were saying that they felt powerful and stronger as the longer they stayed. One thing about me, I ain't getting in nothing cold because number one, my body gonna shut down completely and I'm going to die because I have sickle cell. So telling me you need to get in the ice bath to face your fears, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm not doing it. But I understood the point of the exercise. I don't necessarily think that they had to do that to make that point, but I understood the point. So the girls start admitting why they have a hard time. Bree says that she doesn't want to get hurt. Basically, she she's afraid of getting hurt. She's afraid of her that the situation with Damari is too good to be true. Flavia pretty much says the same thing about Joelle. She feels like it's too good to be true, so she finds her eyes wandering to something that she know is bad for her. I don't understand that, but that this seems too good to be true. That is 100% bad for me, so I'm gonna go for that. Okay. But at the same time, I understand a too good to be true situation, but I'm not gonna choose a bad situation over it. Um, and I think Catherine said opens up about her dad leaving the family and how that traumatized her, and it makes her afraid of being left, um being done wrong and being left and being abandoned or whatever. It also makes her want to be loved, and she's afraid of opening up because she feels like whatever she says is going to make that person leave her. So, they all the boys can hear the girls in the ice bath while they're on the other side at the villa, and they are terrified, especially Charlie. He's like, I hope this is an exercise about forgiveness and moving on. He said, but it sounds that the screams sound angry or whatever. But after the retreat, they go back, and the boys are they want to know what happened. Like, so the girls are telling the boys what happened. Catherine finally has a conversation with Charlie, and she tells him, um, he was like, what was it the exercise about? Was it about letting go or moving on? And she's like, it's about letting go. And he's like, are you gonna do that? Like, what are you gonna do? And she like, what you did hurt me. She tells him that lying to her really hurt her, like it disappointed her, it hurt her, and made her feel like she couldn't trust him or whatever. Um, I don't think she makes a decision of whether she was going to like continue to be with him, but she just really was saying that she needed to face her fears, and she needed to stop being closed off when she doesn't like something and just talk and be honest with him. Charlie is just happy that she is understanding her feelings, and that there's a possibility that he has another chance or whatever. Flavia and Joel talk, and he asked her like what was going on, and she told him that she realized that when Jalen came into the house, she immediately wanted to like self-sabotage because she's afraid of their connection, and that it's too good to be true. And she tells him that she knows that she was wrong, but she also understands, he's a good person, and she wants to be with him. She was just running, and like she doesn't want to run anymore or whatever. Jalen thinks that she's telling Joel that she don't want to be with him no more, and that's not what's happening. But even though they've had the conversation, I feel like Joel is still a little worried about that situation. He said he has a lot of pride. He kind of feels like, you know, you shouldn't have done it at all. Flavia seems to think that everything is all good with them, but he seems to still be bothered by it. And it kind of goes off with him talking about how he feels and how he still isn't sure about their connection, even though she apologized, because her head shouldn't have turned in the first place. So, we'll see what happens in the next episode. Before you go, check out my website at srgraham.org and subscribe to my mailing list to get exclusive updates on works in progress, other news, and blog posts. Thank you.